So the day I had my stroke, I was at work and I had the absolute worst headache I've ever had in my entire life. And I left work and my husband drove me to the emergency room. And I just thought I was having a migraine and that they would give me migraine medication and send me home. But what actually happened is that I ended up on an ambulance helicopter to a trauma center to be treated for having a stroke. It was pretty scary. You don't expect to be in the neuro ICU when you are in your 30s. And I ended up with a diagnosis that required me to get brain surgery later. But everyone in the hospital was really doing their best to make sure that I got the care that I needed and that I got a correct diagnosis so that I could be treated and I could resolve what was going on with me. I was pretty overwhelmed when I was first discharged, but it was really helpful, especially after my first conversation with my navigator. It was really helpful to have somebody help me kind of synthesize all of the things that I was having to do and having to work on. I'm a librarian and I knew that without someone guiding me, I would look up more information than I was capable of understanding, and I could figure out that somebody would be helping to guide me to the information that I needed without me getting overwhelmed. Melanie was the most helpful person in those first couple months. I had a lot of concerns with setting up therapies and with setting up more imaging and then with the brain surgery. And I had to go back to work relatively quickly. And I was able to use Melanie to as a sounding board to decide what I was going to do about certain situations, how I was going to handle going back to work or going to certain therapies, what I needed to do to get imaging set up and stuff like that. She was so helpful and completely invaluable to my stroke recovery. When I had my stroke, I was during finals of getting my master's degree, of the first semester of getting my master's degree. And I really wanted to finish. And I, despite the stroke and the brain surgery, finished on time and graduated this month. And it was really helpful to have people to talk to and figure out what I wanted to do about accommodations, how I should disclose to professors, things like that. The other thing that was really important to me was being able to go back to doing all the kind of activities that I like to do with my husband. We like to go all over the place and visit all kinds of things all over around where we live, parks, hiking, stuff like that. So it was really important to me to be able to continue to do those things. I would just like to thank them for everything they've done to empower me to not only recover, but to finish my master's degree. I'm proud of all that I've done, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without their support.